Oh, okay.
I'm Madison,
And I'm Lydia.
and we're gonna teach you about the 5 senses.
Yeah. The first introduction. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Okay, chemoreceptors. A sensory organ such as a taste bud that responds to chemical stimuli.
Mechanoreceptors are the ones that detect stimuli like touch, pressure, vibration, and sound from external and internal environments.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Okay, thermoreceptors. A sensory organ that is stimulated by heat or cold.
And photoreceptors, and they're specialized light-sensitive cells that can receive images from the external environment and convert them into nerve impulses. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and then nociceptor is a sensory receptor for painful stimuli.
Ow!
Like that. Okay, and then, a common question that gets asked is, what's the difference between sensation and perception? Lydia, would you like to explain that?
Well, since you asked, I'll explain. A sensation is actually when the sensory receptors detect sensory stimuli. And perception actually involves the organization and the conscious experience of these sensations that the body's experiencing.
Very well said, Lydia.
Oh, thank you, Madison. Anytime. Let's end it here.
Hey guys.
So, the first of the 5 senses is your taste. Sense of
The
taste.
tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the tongue right here is covered in papillae, and these. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Right here. Yeah. These are small raised areas with taste buds, and the tongue has 5 primary taste sensations, and those are sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. And these are the different sensations that you taste while eating food and drinks. Yeah.
And umami is actually described as a meaty, savory sensation.
Ah, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah. Thanks.
So, the gustatory means the sense of taste. Yeah.
Here. Oh, can't see it.
The gustatory hairs are hairs on the tongue, and they transmits to the brain what flavors the body's experiencing, and you taste through the taste buds, which there are a lot of
Millions of them.
And there's these tiny bulb-like structures that can sense taste. And the cool fact. Well, it's not my fun fact, but it's just a cool fact. They're actually taste receptors in your cheeks and your soft palate. And a really unfortunate disease is ageusia, which is the absence of your gustatory senses. And a really interesting fact I found interesting is that you actually can't see your taste buds.
Those little bumps on your skin are not taste buds.
Those are
papillae.
papillae. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taste.
Hey.
So next topic is the ears and
hearing. Alright, so the outer part of the ear is made up of the auricle, the auditory canal, and Ceremonies glands, which is seen on the diagram.
Yes.
The auricle is the dome structure of the ear, and it helps to,
it actually helps concentrate the sound waves to transmit into the other parts of your ear.
Yeah. Alright, and then we have the middle ear, and this is an air-filled cavity in the temporal bone. This consists of the tympanic membrane, which is also known as the eardrum. That's what we like to call it. And then the smallest bone in the body is here, which is the ossicle bone.
The ossicle bone is not on here.
It's not on
here.
shown on the picture. And then last but not least, we have the inner ear, and this is where the labyrinth is, and the body's equilibrium is regulated and maintained. The cochlea is a snail's shell structure with a fluid called perilymph and endolymph, which is where sound waves travel. And then the vestibule and other structures help to maintain the body's equilibrium.
Thank you for that, Madison.
No problem, Lydia.
Backpacking off what she said, I'm just gonna explain how hearing actually works. So, sound waves will enter the outer ear and travel through the auditory canal until they reach your tympanic membrane, and this causes the membrane and the ossicle to vibrate, and you hear it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really find a sufficient explanation of the difference between static equilibrium versus dynamic, but from what I could obtain, static equilibrium is related to like gravity and equalness, and dynamic equilibrium is related to like vertical, horizontal, and rotational movements.
Very well said.
Oh, thank you. So the way that your outer ear and your middle ear have like equal pressure is the outer ear takes, like, air goes in and then it goes to the middle ear, so they're balanced after that. So I just want to explain some pretty cool diseases and conditions. So labyrinthitis is when the labyrinth is actually inflamed, itis, inflamed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it causes a loss of, balance, and you're like shaky and stuff. And then vestibular neuronitis is the inflammation of the vestibular nerve, and this causes vertigo. I don't remember what it means, but if you want to learn more about vertigo,
look it up.
I'm sure Google will be helpful for that. And then tinnitus is the ringing or buzzing in the ears. I'm sure you might have seen commercials about that.
Yeah.
I have.
Alright, we have a really fun fact, and even I did not know this, but the ear only consists of 3 bones. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting.
3?
Yeah.
That's so
What
fun.
a great discovery.
Ear.
Yeah. Ear. Thanks. Hey guys,
So next topic is the nose.
One. And that is used for smelling.
As we all know.
Yeah. Okay, would you like to hold the diagram to everyone?
Of course,
Thank
I can.
Alright, so first off, we have olfactory receptors, and these are used to detect smells that enter through the nasal cavity. And they bind to olfactory receptors. And as a result, these neurons send an impulse to the brain's olfactory system.
So, in case you're wondering, sniffing. Lots of people sniff whenever they want to get like a whiff of something. So, that works by it like increases the signals from the nose to the brain. So that makes you able to like smell a lot of different things. And as we all know, Miss Kramer's room doesn't smell the greatest a lot of time. Not the greatest. But as we near end of class, like the smell gets a little less, but it's still there, but it's significantly less.
We just get used to it.
Yeah, so that's smell adaptation, and this is because the nose gets like tired and fatigued somewhat. So the odor, like your nose doesn't sense it as much.
Yeah, your nose gets tired too.
Yeah. And smell and taste, they're hand in hand with each other.
Correlated.
Yeah, because they actually use the same receptors. So whenever one's broken, that's why whenever you plug your nose, you can't smell. Cool, right?
And when you have COVID, you can't taste or smell because they're related.
COVID survivor right here.
Yeah,
if you have questions, ask me.
Yeah, she's pretty famous.
I know.
Alright, so we have 2 unfortunate diseases that relate to the nose, and one of those is hyposmia, and this is a reduced ability to detect odors, so you can't really smell anything. And then we have anosmia, and this is the complete inability to detect odors. And in rare cases, someone may be born without a sense of smell, which is very unfortunate. And this is called congenital anosmia.
And did you know, I know someone who had an aneurysm and they can't smell.
Oh wow, I remember that. And then a fun fact is the mucus inside your nose actually keeps your nose healthy.
And that's why whenever you have a cold, you make a bunch of mucus because it helps fight sickness. Thank you for tuning in to our project.
Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the video.
And we sure enjoyed filming it.
We really did.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.